Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers of all time, was a student of Plato and the teacher of Alexander the Great. His work spans a vast range of topics, from metaphysics and ethics to politics, biology, and aesthetics. Born in 384 BCE in Stagira, a small city in northern Greece, Aristotle's early life shaped his intellectual journey. His father, Nicomachus, served as the court physician to King Amyntas of Macedon, which might have influenced Aristotle's later interest in natural sciences. After the death of his parents, Aristotle moved to Athens to join Plato's academy, where he spent 20 years learning and contributing to philosophical thought. Aristotle's philosophy is grounded in observation and the natural world. Unlike his teacher Plato, who focused on ideal forms and a realm of perfect abstraction, Aristotle sought to explain the tangible material reality surrounding us. His philosophy is empirical, based on the careful observation of phenomena and a systematic attempt to derive principles that govern them. For Aristotle, the world is not separate from the ideal, but is instead the arena in which truths manifest themselves. One of Aristotle's most notable contributions is his theory of causation, articulated in the concept of the four causes. He argued that everything in the world can be understood through four types of explanation: the material cause, the formal cause, the efficient cause, and the final cause. The material cause refers to the substance out of which something is made. For example, the material cause of a wooden chair is the wood itself. The formal cause is the form or pattern that defines the object, such as the design of the chair. The efficient cause is the agent or process that brings the object into existence, such as the carpenter who constructs the chair. Finally, the final cause is the purpose or end for which the object exists, such as providing a place to sit. This teleological view, that everything has a purpose, permeates much of Aristotle's philosophy and distinguishes it from other frameworks. In his Metaphysics, Aristotle elaborates on the concept of substance and essence, arguing that individual objects in the world are composites of matter and form. He rejects Plato's theory of forms, which posits that abstract, perfect forms exist in a separate realm, and that material objects merely imitate these forms. Instead, Aristotle asserts that form and matter are inseparable in the physical world. A tree, for example, is not an imitation of some abstract treeness. It is a unity of the material substance, wood, leaves, etc., and the form, the specific arrangement and structure that make it a tree. Aristotle also introduces the concept of potentiality and actuality, which plays a central role in his understanding of change and existence. Potentiality refers to the capacity of something to become or achieve a certain state, while actuality is the fulfillment or realization of that potential. For instance, an echo values and considerations to achieve the best outcome. Practical wisdom is not a theoretical skill, but a deeply practical one that requires experience and judgment. In addition to individual ethics, Aristotle also addresses the nature of political life in his work, Politics. He views human beings as naturally social creatures who flourish within communities. For Aristotle, the polis or city-state is the highest form of community because it allows individuals to achieve their full potential. The purpose of the polis is not merely to provide for basic needs or security, but to promote the good life for its citizens. Aristotle categorizes different forms of government, including monarchy, aristocracy, and polity, as well as their corrupt counterparts, tyranny, oligarchy, and democracy. He advocates for a mixed government that combines elements of democracy and oligarchy, believing that this balance can promote stability and justice. Aristotle's political philosophy is deeply intertwined with his ethical theory. He argues that the good life for individuals cannot be achieved in isolation, but must be pursued within a well-ordered community. Justice, for Aristotle, is a central virtue in both individual and political life. He distinguishes between distributive justice, which involves the fair allocation of resources according to merit, and corrective justice, which addresses the rectification of wrongs and imbalances. Aristotle emphasizes that justice is not a simple matter of equality, but requires consideration of proportionality and fairness. In the realm of natural sciences, Aristotle's contributions were groundbreaking for his time. He conducted extensive studies in biology, classifying plants and animals based on their characteristics and observing their behaviors and habitats. While many of his scientific conclusions have been superseded by modern research, his empirical approach laid the foundation for systematic scientific inquiry. Aristotle's belief in teleology, that natural phenomena have inherent purposes, also influenced his scientific theories. For example, he argued that the heart is the central organ of the body because it serves as the source of life and vitality. Aristotle's work on logic, particularly in the Organon, established a framework that dominated Western thought for centuries. He developed the theory of syllogism, a form of deductive reasoning that involves drawing conclusions from two premises. For example, if all men are mortal and Socrates is a man, then Socrates is mortal. This method of logical analysis became a cornerstone of philosophical and scientific reasoning, influencing thinkers from the medieval period to the Enlightenment. Aesthetics and the philosophy of art are also areas where Aristotle made significant contributions. In his Poetics, he examines the nature of tragedy and its impact on audiences. He defines tragedy as an imitation of an action that is serious, complete, and of a certain magnitude, presented in a dar.